I just got my fucking head blown off by a 44. Now I'm gashed and gushing.
I'm gonna stab your heads off! With my bare hands! Yeah! And blood's gonna come out of your head! There's nothing you can do about it! Cause I'm a madman!
Hola, mis amigos. It's me. Gashed and gushing. I'm drinking a zero sugar Sam's Cola. So I'm drinking a Mexican ripoff of Pepsi. And the main reason I'm putting so much Mexican crap into this video is because I have some sketchy crap. You know, if you give a damn. I don't, but you know, I'll just put it out there. If you're a pussy, you should probably leave. But yeah, I just want to make an excuse to show off my Graveland shirt. Let me go get all that crap. Tastes like a Chinese sweatshop through this mask. We're gonna start off our collection with the most recent album by Ad Hominem, Totalitarian Black Metal. Holy shit, is this produced to fuck. I'm not a fan of overproduced black metal, but this album is just written so well, so aggressive that I just can't help but love it. This is just aggressive and unapologetically, like, mean. You got Choke the Woke, Gas Mask, Devastation. It's been 20 years. His sound has gotten a lot smoother throughout the years, but man, the aggression is still here. Like Marduk kind of dipped after Panzer Division. Ad Hominem's just been killing it ever since. I made the mask go higher so I can hide all the Mexican features, but no matter what I do, I can't hide all the pimples on my forehead. But next album I got here is Black Sabbath's debut full-length self-titled album. This is put out through Power Sound 2001. Is this a bootleg? Apparently not. On Discogs, it's not really like listed as unofficial. So these assholes somehow got the license to make Black Sabbath like one of the biggest metal bands if it weren't for like Gaytalica. If those assholes didn't exist, man, these assholes would probably take the cake, and I would much prefer that. Next up, I have the only digibook, digipack, whatever in my collection. Heaven and Hell. This is a 2021 reissue. Put out through Warner Records. 2 CDs. Disc 1 is the album. Disc 2 is the album, but like live. It comes with a little booklet, which I didn't know for like a few weeks when I first bought this, but it's not really lyrics or anything. It's mainly like interviews and magazines and crap, newspapers, whatnot. Yeah, more. Whoa, guys, remember when this came out? Look at that. That's a freaking newspaper. Do you know what that is, kid? I don't think you do. Heaven and Hell. I only really bought this because of the Molchat Domat cover that they did of the title track. Next up is some brutal blasting shit. Baradoquin with their debut Instruments of Torture. This is a 2024 repress put out through Old Shadow Records under license by Season of Mist. Now, this is a slipcase, so come on, you fucker. Get out. Oh. Fuck. So here's the actual CD. You got your album artwork, you got the back. So there's literally no reason for this to be a slipcase. But Old Shadow Records, it just had to be a slipcase. Back of the little booklet just has their website on the back. And then just some lyrics. Done really boring. Like, you don't even get a band picture in this, dude. Like, come on. Nice CD though. It's nice and stylized. The card tray or whatever. It's got this dude being like, torture. Baradoquin, Instruments of Torture. Next up, we have a fucking ripper from New York. Honestly, like probably one of the best out of the New York scene of brutal death metal, cerebral hemorrhage with exempting reality. This is a 2025 reissue put out through Comatose Music. And I'm kind of bummed because this has not unique artwork that the original had. I don't know if the original was unique, but what was it? That Swiss progressive thrash band. What was it? Like Condemned? No, that's Brutal Death. I think it was like some kind of like death related place, like a morgue or like cemetery, but they have the same artwork on one of their 80s albums. So that's a bit of a bummer. But the booklet is a lot more stylized than the Old Shadows Baradoquin reissue. So credit to you, Comatose. Album artwork on the CD. And then band picture. This is a 3-piece, which is kind of intriguing because this is like some of the most amazingly creative brutal death metal I've ever listened to. It's jazzy. It plays around with synths. And that's like all done by their guitarist, Matt Dorson. He does guitar, bass, keyboards, and backing vocals. Like, this dude is a genius. And I am so glad that they reformed. But man, am I pissed off that I cannot see them because they play almost exclusively on the East. And I live in the middle of the fucking desert. If you were wondering what album I was talking about back there, who the hell are you? Why are you on my For You page? Please get a better microphone and camera. I was talking about Coroner with their album, Punishment for Decadence. As you can see, that is the exact same album artwork. And please do not clown on me for using Apple Music. My mom bought it. We have this family thing, so I'm using it for free. If it were up to me, I would just not use Apple Music. But hey, I don't have to deal with ads, so that's good. 2025 reissue put out through Pissville, because this reissue is shifty. It comes with a fold-out little booklet. We only get 2 panels. And it comes with 2 CDs. You get the album, A Blaze in the Northern Sky. And then you get to hear an old Norwegian man talk about his thought process. The Fenris commentary. There's nothing more exciting than getting another Dark Throne reissue. But this time you get to hear about an old Norwegian man talk about his childhood. Isn't that rewarding? Next up, we have the German brutal death metal masters, Defeated Sanity, with their most recent album, Chronicles of Lunacy. This is a first-ish press, or at least a US press, put out by Season of Mist, which is their record label, so no middleman here like Old Shadows or Dissonant Tapes. Get a little booklet. And because this is the modern era, it's just little snippets from the album. Artwork with lyrics. And that is about it. But hey, it's got a little credit listing on the back. Although, yeah, it's all just the album artwork. But hey, you got a band photo then. And again, with the CD artwork, if there's one good thing that the physical music has been doing the past few decades, that's putting life on the CDs themselves. Even if it's just the album artwork and then all the logos and crap. You know, that's better than just a freaking plain gray mirror. Get your fingerprints all over. And the tray is yet again another piece from the album artwork. Next up, we have a classic that I've kind of, it's not my favorite anymore, but I still do enjoy it. Molesting the Decapitated, 1999 debut, full length by Devourment, that fucking Texas brutal death metal slamming piece of shit. Morbid Generation reissue. And along with that German record label, man, we got that German engineering, because what the fuck is this, Morbid Generation? Although I've had this for like a year. And I got this in the mail around the same time when I had my wisdom teeth removed. So, you know, it was a bit of a nice confidence boost to have this come in. Because at the time, this was my favorite album that Slam had ever made for me. You know, then I listened to The Extinction of Benevolence. Oh, holy shit, that is just fucking gold. That is the album. And if we're excluding albums, man, Purging of Impurity by Repudiation. Man, rest in peace, Wayne. No, everybody knows Devourment. Everybody has a shirt. Love them or hate them, you can't deny that everybody copied them. You can't deny that everybody was listening to them back in the day. And even now, they've left an impact. Because, man, a lot of slam bands just copy this. Next up, we have a bit of a forgotten album, in my opinion. Let Us Pray by Electric Wizard. You know, almost everything by these guys kind of got forgotten because Dope Throne is just such a genre redefining album that everybody stopped listening to everything else that Electric Wizard put out before and after that freaking album. But Let Us Pray, it's kind of going back to their, you know, Sabbath worshipping roots. Just a little bit, you know. It's not as condensed. It's not as unique as Dope Throne. But Let Us Pray, just some dumb, fun, heavy stoner doom for when you want to just have some Sabbath worship. Now on to the next album. We have Fabulous Disasters by Exodus. This is a original combat pressing, but you know that doesn't help the fact the booklet's all fucked. Like, what is this, dude? You spilt water on it and now I can't get it open. Look at this. It's like a piece of cardboard. Well, I went to Canada, so you know, US dollar's a little better than the Canadian dollar, so you know, I didn't pay as much as I would here, but you know, still, it would be nice to not have a freaking water damage booklet. Sometimes it's just the hand you're dealt in life. And you know what? Exodus, classic Bay Area thrash band. Dude, I had to re-record that freaking Electric Wizard bit so much that I'm having trouble reviewing all these CDs, so I might have to take a bit of a break. But I probably won't. So here's our next album, Judas Priest with Rockarola. This is a 93 reissue put out through Cock Records. What is that? Well, there goes the little booklet, but this is Repertory. Some like French bullcrap. Some like stupid French word for like hen or something. But from being a 30-year-old reissue, I'm sure it's still in really good shape. And it's a fold out. And it has like a little interview thing, or like just like a going over like how this is a classic and how this really got their whole career going. But you know, I would like some lyrics, you know. But this comes on one of those solid color trays, but this one's white, which I've never seen that before. And also it has this it's not very common for like 90s records to have this little clear bit here, I think. But I'm just trying to get crap out of my mouth to say, but you know, Rock-a-Roller, not the most popular Judas Priest, but definitely still a classic little album. Okay, this is really sloppy. I'm gonna need to take like a 20-minute break or something. Holy shit. Yeah, I needed that fucking break, dude. Wow, I feel a lot better. And I could redo all those CDs and give them some better quality reviews, but I don't really want to. So, next up, we have Ignorance is Bliss. This is actually a compilation of a bunch of demos and promos from the 90s. So, Ignorance is Bliss, but of course, promo CD from 1998, and then Eaten Out from Within. This is a compilation put out through Primitive Recordings back around 2000. This is from when they were based out of Philadelphia for a little bit. So they used to be based out of New York, I believe, then Philadelphia, and now they're based out of Vegas. And that's given me the opportunity to see them and go to their in-person store a few times. So I have met Roger from Mortician. From Mortician, yeah, it's Mortician. That's how you say it. I mean, it was like talking to a cashier, so you know, it wasn't that riveting, but it was still fucking Roger. So you know, that was pretty cool. Booklet. Gotta be careful. I originally turned this off by pressing the fucking enter button, which was pretty retarded. But machines are retarded, so you know, what am I expecting? I actually like this picture a lot because the fucking Hell's Headbangers logo wasn't in there. So yeah, fuck you, Justin. Where did the days go where you used to just order off of your CDs? You had to cut off a little bit, put it in the mail, and ask the record company to give you crap because, you know, I'd rather have it be convoluted than use my credit card. You got the promo CD artwork here that's upside down for some reason, and just the band logo. Ignorance is Bliss compilation, around 2000-ish. Sweet little pickup. Next up we have Maraca DK with Forensic. This is a 2024 reissue put out through Dissonant Tapes. Dissonant Tapes, because when I got this in the mail, the fucking thing was broken. Look at that. I saved the little prongs like I'm gonna fucking fix it. But yeah, and then it has this basic ass disc, so like that's a step backwards, Dissonant Tapes. You should have stuck to tapes. The booklet here, the album cover, and then all the band members, then just some basic lyrics. And then this nice little piece of artwork, which is just this photo. announced in Tehran, which I think is pretty neat. So yeah, that is 2003, I believe. But this is a 2024 reissue of Forensic. I hear people say that the demos are a lot better, and I kind of agree, but this is still just a classic album. Next up, we have Matician themselves with Chainsaw Dismemberment. This is the most recent-ish, I believe, reissue put out through Hell's Gay Bangers. And, you know, I have a little story with this, as you can tell. So that is Mr. Rogers' signature. And I got this at his store at Primitive Records. And he gave me a little talk about how I was the first person to ask for a autograph in his store. And he shook my hand and I gave him my name. So, yeah, I bet you can't say that you met Roger and you gave him your name and that he was just, he told you that you were the first person to do this. Like, I mean, like, what the fuck is this? Like, fuck you, Justin. Lazy piece of shit you are, Justin. But yeah, got it signed at his store the day I bought it, so that will never fail to get me giddy. Even if it has some shitty fucking lazy ass AI artwork for the... I would have preferred the fucking just plain like gradient background that all the other shit has, but the CD does come with this like purple back, so I really enjoy that. And then here's your credit list on the little tray, which is unique. They're usually on the little booklet, but here it's on the actual tray itself. So yeah, pretty interesting. Mortician with Chainsaw Dismemberment. Next up we have I'm sorry, the last take I did of this, and that kind of fucked up my throat, so bear with me here. Mutilation with Vampires of Black Imperial Blood. This is a 2023, I believe, reissue put out through Osmos, which Osmos is very consistent with always repressing their crap, always putting it on all the formats, you know, getting merch out, and that's always nice, but they're from France, so, you know, ordering from them does take a time to get here. Not that I have ordered from them, but you know, European sellers have been tricky to deal with recently. But yeah, the credits list here. The funnest part about black metal is always seeing all the band pictures. You know, there's nothing cooler than getting to see a bunch of dudes in corpse paint pose in the middle of the forest. Yeah, I would read this, but the font is kind of hard to read for me. And also, I fucked up my throat doing the vocals last time I read this, so I'm just gonna gloss over that and talk about how cool it is that we got the dude's outline here. You know, what's cooler than an outline? You know, making AI art for your reissue. You know, isn't that just awesome, Justin Horville? You know what's cooler? Putting AI art on your shirt. Fuck you, Justin, man. It was so hard to do this, Justin. Come on, man. No, I have to use AI art because it's cheap and quick and gives me nice pictures. It looks like crap, Justin. I'm sorry. It looks like crap.
What you say about AI?
Hello everyone, this is your man Pedro. Let's hunt some dodo.
Give me that, ladies. Got me a tray full of saucy glow, hotter than the fire when I'm ice cold. Hopkins fried chicken in my hand, Jeffy on the Wingstop brand, dancing Francis snacking on the block.
Now I promised that I'd have some sketchy black metal. Ooh, no, it was made by people with not good political opinions. And ad hominem is kind of like that, but I mean, not really, too. I mean, it's just attacking religions, really not really like race. You know, even if he has used the Celtic cross, you know, he's not really a Nazi. You know, Or at least his music doesn't really portray that all that much, even though he attacks the woke. You know, this isn't that. This is much more blatant neo-Nazi black metal. But great shit nonetheless. Nocturnal Mortem with Knee Christ. This is a 2004 reissue. Put out through Orania. Orania. Yeah, see, look, I can be as racist to the Ukrainians as they're racist to me for being Mexican. Yeah. And no matter what, we're both fucking subhuman trash, so we can make fun of each other's races all day, but we're nothing compared to the absolute fucking Aryan gods that are sub-Saharan Africans. But yeah, the booklet's pretty cool because the outside is like cardboard, but the inside is like your standard booklet made out of like kind of like weird like glossy paper. Yeah, not much outside of the way of lyrics, but they have support total war against degeneration and all that crap. And then more lyrics, and then all this crap about like we are proud members of the pagan front, and how no disgusting Jewish, Christian, Muslim pig will destroy Ukraine. But Russia sure did. So that's 1999's Nocturnal Mortem's Knee Christ. A fucking masterclass of symphony, folk melodies, and black metal. This is just fucking amazing. You know, back to some death metal. We haven't seen that in like 2 CDs. So Origin with their 2011 album Entity. This is a first US pressing, at least, off of Nuclear Blast. It's still got the hype sticker on it. When I bought this, it was a little well loved. No, nothing more than a few scratches, really, but no, that didn't deter me. You know, the music plays just fine, so you know, I can't really be angry. You know, I got it for like $8 or like $11 or something like that. So you know, I can't be too mad. Well, I flipped through that way too fast for you to get anything, but I don't give a damn. Yeah, just some great technical, like brutal death metal. You know, everywhere I go, I only see technical death metal, but it's pretty damn brutal to me. So, 2011's Entity by Origin. It's technical, but not in like a annoying guitar masturbation way. This is just fast, aggressive, and it has some nice technicality that, you know, gives it more than just some blasting for 30 whole minutes, you know, makes you think. All right, next up we have some thrash with groove metal. Groove metal? The fuck likes groove metal? Not me, but Prong with Beg to Differ. I'm not a big groove metal man. I fucking hate Pantera. But, you know, sometimes you need an album. They're like, hey, that's good, but I'd kind of prefer if this wasn't in it. Because, you know, sometimes I just want to listen to something. But, you know, there's something about it that I just don't like. And you know, I like that, you know? Keeps me on my feet like, what the hell? Why is it so groovy here? This sucks. You know what else sucks? How freaking basic this CD is. Oh my god, I'm starting to lose my throat. I gotta do this quickly. Band picture, 2 of them. Oh no, that is. You're being tricky with me. It's gonna take a minute. Fuck you. I'm sure it's just like lyrics and crap. Hey, look at that. Let's just go with this. So as you can see here, there's band members and like just lyrics and like, yeah. 2020 reissue. Prong. Fuck, I forgot the city. beg to differ. Oh god, that hurt. That hurt. And I don't think the microphone picked that up, so now you gotta listen to that. Thick! Ooh, that was bad. You know, it was only really me that suffered back there because you couldn't really hear the scratching. But I sure as shit could. So, here's the best, worst Slayer album. South of Heaven. This is the best, worst, because it's still Slayer. It's still Thrash, but it's nowhere near as fast as Rain and Blood. Because, holy crap, how do you didn't even try to be fast. You just took your style and made it mid-pace. And another thing that sucks about this is that was some basic-ass booklet pages, man. Literally just a white background and some lyrics and like freaking Arial font. Almost makes the AI art more appealing. You know what, the AI art is more appealing than that, because at least it's visually interesting. And here's the CD. No, it's not the album artwork, but still a very nice CD. Best worst Slayer album, South of Heaven. Oh my god, my voice is about to disappear, dude. We're almost done with the CD collection. I have a lot of CDs. But finishing up on our metal here, we have the almighty Suffocation. You know, some consider these guys the people who made brutal death metal. Others might say it was Broken Hope. You know, it's kind of like a possessed death situation. Who was the one that did it first, you know? I think we can give kudos to both, but this is a re-release from Relapse from, I think, a few years ago, maybe 24, I want to say. And it comes with these 2 demo songs, so that's pretty neat. Comes with this nice little band photo and this little like spiky crap. I really like that. And we have the CD with this little gargoyle on it. Human Waste. This has definitely my favorite like sound on the guitars and the drums. It's much more punchier and aggressive than on Effigy of the Forgotten, but the vocals are so much more like brutal and disgusting on Effigy. I like it when they kind of bleed into one another here, as you can see the weird like spiky tendril things here. But let's just get into this. You know, this is nice. Inside, you got this nice artwork in the background, some kind of visually interesting things for the freaking album title or song titles, and readable text. That's always nice. But no. So Relapse, big sellouts, massive sellouts. But you know what? At least they can still do a reissue good. Suffocation, Human Waste. I'm almost done. I'm getting tired again, but I'm going to try to keep the quality up and not let it dip like I did when I had to fucking redo the Electric Wizard CD like 15 times. These next 4s are like some of the most obvious bootlegs. And I don't know how I caught on for a lot longer. It's probably because I was like a kid and I didn't want to admit that I'm pretty sure these aren't official. But I got these for like 16 bucks. It came with 4 and I can't be that mad. Classic band, if you're from the Soviet Union, Kino, with a star called the sun, or at least that's the English translation of it. Don't trust this back. Don't trust the front. This is not official. See how that freaking droops? This is like a flimsy ass piece of crap. This cannot be trusted. This pretty obviously is not official CD. And if it is, holy shit. just wow. There you go. And then the inside it just says Kino, and the CD is very like rough, like it feels like hand painted on almost. Like I wiped this with a wet microfiber cloth once, and the paint came off. So I have not touched these CDs since, but it's cool that the middle you can see the kind of star sun thing here going on in the middle of the CD here, and then everything. The logo's getting cut off, freaking. And honestly, that's the only really complaint I have about it. The quality's dipping. The quality's dipping. I gotta speed. I gotta go. Next up, we got blood type. Everyone knows this. It got popular on TikTok. Everyone knows this because it got popular on depressed, social outcast, school shooter, future school shooter kid TikTok. We got freaking all that. Got like post-punk and like new wave and like all these freaking genres, but everyone just calls it Soviet rock because honestly, it is kind of rocky at points. Blood Type, amazing album. Rest in peace, Victor Tsoi. He will not be forgotten. We miss you. Okay, so maybe not future school shooter, but like I'm 14 and I feel kind of sad, so now I think I'm depressed. TikTok. So literally all of TikTok. But this is their self-titled Kino. This is their last album, 1990, before their frontman would die in a car accident after going fishing. So if you want to take anything away from this video, never go fishing. Very simple CD. Moore's Records and General Records, man. If this is not a bootleg, then you are just assholes. Because this is some shitty quality. Next, we have this record, which I forgot the name of. It's pretty much a compilation because it's just all the first songs like original, I think, and then everything else is from previous albums, and it's just like re-recorded. But man, I really like this picture of Victor Tsoi. And you get another one, but he's holding a guitar. And the CD also has this really nice freaking font, kind of like the cover here with like the little paper cutouts. I like that. And that's all I have for the CDs that I'm keeping. Now it's time for the ones that I'm trying to sell because they're kind of embarrassing. Just get it out of the way. Soda Boy 64 with Bluebird, with this Bluebird EP. Again, it's gay. It's like insocore, e-punk. Ooh, I'm scared of talking to people, so now I'm a hardcore incel, and I'm 15, and like this is so deep and meaningful, and like this is like the peak of music. Shit, at least I wasn't listening to Nirvana. This is an album that I already own, but does have a story to it. This is when my cousin stole my cassettes. He thought it would be a nice gesture to buy me some more records. CD, this one, and a cassette, which I gave to my sister because it's Poison. Who the fuck likes Poison? Yeah, you know, at least he tried to be nice. But again, he's autistic, got ADHD, he's retarded, so like, you know, it kind of fell flat. But, you know, from someone with autism, that's like the biggest apology that you'll ever get out of them, so. Yeah. Hey, at least it's, you know, more visually interesting than my freaking cassette. But, you know, I bought that for myself. This was given to me. So this has no value to me. This has no meaning. I hate this. Who wants to buy it? Last up is Stone Temple Pilots with their Thank You compilation. This is their final, this was supposed to be their final release before they kind of like split up, you know, and then they reformed. I'm like, you should have just left it be, man. You should have just left it behind. You know, let the project rest, man. You don't have to bring it back for all the divorced dads who were, weren't into grunge and would prefer rock, but this is like pretty much grunge. But I do really like this this photo out here. This is really nice. Stone Temple Pilots, a band that I don't hate, a band that I don't love. It's like grunge infused rock. I can withstand it, endure it, but my poor mom this past trip had to listen to nothing but like Stone Temple Pilots. She likes them too, but I mean, like, that was all my dad was playing. Stone Temple Pilots. Thank you. And thank you for watching.